So hi everybody, this is just a little short video that I'm wanting to do to start off my anti-aging playlist. And I want to describe, I've been researching anti-aging for quite a few years and I've dabbled in it. And it's probably why I look as good as I do. But the thing about me, which is really odd, every time I get any kind of major illness or sickness, I just my face falls, I get pale, I get pasty. I mean, I can look absolutely wretched really quick if I'm sick. And once I go back to health, I get better, from being sick, then ultimately I start picking up again. I start looking better, I get more color. I guess that's kind of a natural thing, but with me it seems to be extreme. So if you look back, the anti-aging video I did earlier on, way back, I have a picture actually of what I looked like last summer, about a year ago, when I was still recovering from a couple of different major illnesses, and then I gradually got better. 3 or 4 years ago I got into it. I saw some really good results, so I had planned to get into it again, but procrastinating, life got in the way, and I put it off and put it off. Just the other day, well, this has been going on about 2 months actually, I started noticing that I was feeling terrible. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I thought, okay, I'm not getting enough sleep, and then I started sleeping more, but then I realized I was actually sleeping excessive amounts. I couldn't seem to wake up. I just was really just going downhill, and so naturally I just started worrying. You think all kinds of tragic diseases that you can't cure. It went on for a while and I just kept fighting it, thinking, okay, I'm not drinking enough water, I'm not getting enough exercise. I was just really looking at everything. And then the other night, I felt, I had sat down and drank a small glass of Coke, regular, sugar, it wasn't diet or anything, and I had had a bowl of chips. And this was a little bit before supper, and then I fixed dinner, and I felt so bad that I couldn't even eat. I told Jamie, I said, just fix me a bowl and stick it in the refrigerator. I don't think I can eat. And I went to bed. I just felt too bad to eat, so I went to bed. And I was laying there in the bed and I was thinking about how horrible I felt, because I really had this feeling like I had the flu. It was just like horrible feeling, ill type feeling. And I kept just wrestling in my brain, what's causing this, and I hadn't really eaten any dinner, and so I was just confused about it. So I was laying there and I was thinking, and Jamie is a diabetic, so he has, a glucose monitor and all that. So I asked him to come in and check my sugar. And he came in and he checked my sugar, and it was, without even having eaten supper, it was 150. And I knew that was not right, because an hour after I eat supper normally, it's not going to go over 130. So I knew that this was definitely probably what was making me feel bad. I have taken it in the past, and he takes it for his diabetes, but he gave me a half of a Metformin. So I went to sleep, and then he kept coming back through the night, checking my sugar every 2 hours. By morning, it was back down to like 99. So this set off all kinds of bells and whistles in my head, and because he's diabetic and I had gestational diabetes with my second child, I understood what was going on. So I'm going to make an appointment with the doctor and do all the things I'm supposed to do, but I have continued to take my Metformin in the morning and at night, and it is staying really low unless I do something really bad. So I tried to eat 2 cookies the other day and it went right back up to almost like 160. So all of the bells and whistles and alarms are going off. I do understand this. Now, I had expected that possibly because I do have a struggle with my weight. And I had expected this to happen at some point later on. I'm 64, and it runs in my family. Diabetes does. But this actually was like a wake-up call to me that it is now time for me to take action. And if you knew anything about me, you would know that, hey, I'm going to be on this. I'm keeping my sugar under control. I plan to make an appointment with the doctor maybe sometime next week. It has helped me to help Jamie because I was really quite unaware of how bad you felt with your sugars at 150. And when I realized how bad I felt with my sugars just at 150, much less 200 or 300, I realized what Jamie goes through and how miserable he can be, and how come when we go to the store oftentimes he has to go sit down. It's so physically draining. So I'm ashamed to say I hadn't been on top of it. But now we have a basket on the kitchen table, and it's got his monitor and my monitor and the Metformin, and he takes insulin, so his insulin pens. And we are taking care of this 4 times a day, just like we should. And we are getting his sugars down, mine are staying under control. So this is really good. But I just wanted to tell you this story so that you would know why that the anti-aging playlist has to be made and why we are getting started. Now, I follow David Sinclair as far as anti-aging. He is vegan, I think. He used to be vegetarian, but then he gave up dairy. I'm not quite sure what status he is as far as diet right now. But I also follow Dr. Berg, which his keto diet is similar because both of them do intermittent fasting. So fasting, between 4, 8, 16 hours a day. Also, David Sinclair tells you to take Metformin, not constantly, but you're supposed to take a day off every now and then. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to research that a little bit more. He has certain supplements he takes, but I have followed his plan and taken the supplements before, and I saw good results. So I wanted to post this first video on anti-aging. I wanted you to know why I finally have decided to kick in full gear. It's going to be a process because I love my dairy, and I'm also celiac, so I do not do gluten. And when my stomach is messed up and I don't have the right biome, I guess you would call it, in my stomach, I drink buttermilk and I use kefir. So I may not be able to go totally vegan. I would prefer not to be vegan. I am not a big meat eater, but neither would I really want to be totally vegan. But I don't know how the process is going to go in the future. But I am going to do updates so you can see. And you'll also get updates, of course, on how my face is looking, because my face goes up and down like a balloon according to my sickness or whatever. I don't even know why. But also I will try to post updates on my weight loss and let you know what exercises I'm doing right now, because we are in the Southwest United States. It's extremely hot and we're not getting out much to exercise. So I will give you updates going forward, but I wanted to let you know what had actually went on, the story behind why we are kicking in with the anti-aging program right now. I don't know at what point that I will be able to have my telomeres tested. I don't know how much that costs, and I can't afford it right now. So we're just going to have to go from, crow's feet and color or whatever's going on. I will add that And I'm sure that anybody that's noticed, and if you've looked at some of my prior videos, I had 3 teeth extracted. And so I will, during this anti-aging, also give you updates on that. I've got really bad teeth. I have really bad eyes. So the process of anti-aging will also include having all of my teeth fixed and I would like to be able to smile again. I have neglected myself severely. Also, I have corneal dystrophy in my eyes, which means my corneas absorb water. They actually swell with edema like your ankles would swell. I have some mild cataracts. So in the future, hopefully that will be fixed as well. But I will just give you, slight updates on what's going on with my teeth. I've had 3 bad teeth removed. Now I'm going to be going through a deep cleaning to heal some disease that's in my gums. And while I'm ashamed to say this is so, the dentist has promised that I will have a mouth full of white, smiley teeth. So it'd be nice to be able to smile again without being ashamed. So I'm just being very open about it and very candid about it, and you'll be able to see the progress as I go forward. My next appointment is the beginning of the deep cleaning, and I've had a little bit of that already, and it's really, really painful afterwards. So this is all I had to say on this, but this will be my first video going into the anti-aging playlist. And I will be sharing information about David Sinclair's anti-aging and what Dr. Berg shares about intermittent fasting and autophagy. And if you don't know what autophagy is, it's when your body goes into it's not ketoacidosis, it's a ketogenic state. Probably not phrasing this just right, but it means that your body is consuming unhealthy cells, and that's the state of autophagy. So this is the plan that I intend to go forward with, taking the proper supplements and so on, and to see if I can get healthy again. And I'm excited to go forth, and I want you to follow with me. So like, subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications, and follow me along with this other area that we are becoming healthy mentally, physically, financially, and becoming stable as we go. Talk to you later.